It's May 18th, 2024. I'm reading a post that I just jotted down, and to read it from my computer without the blue glare, because I'm nearsighted, I'm going to take my glasses off. I'll do my damnedest to avoid the use of the word traitor in this campaign. But it ain't going to be easy. This is the photo that you would see if you were reading this on my blog, lincolndemocrat.com. This is the photo I took this morning after mulling over the column I wrote last week, which graces today's tabloid, The Duluth Reader. The photograph, by the way, says "No Traitors." It's posted on my office next to my computer. I'm about to make a video, and I'm making it now, talking about this as I embark on what I think is the most important congressional campaign in the United States. A thoughtful patriot, moi, running against a good person named Jen Schultz, and another person who has thrown his lot in foolishly with the forces which have always been a threat to America. Is Pete Stauber, our congressman, a traitor, as I wrote in the column that I'm quite pleased with? Yes, I think he is. He is because his treason is founded on lies he knows to be lies. Unless he is fabulously stupid, which I concede is a possibility. Here's my column in the Reader. Now, I'm not going to read it to you. You have to go and take a look at it yourself. You'll find it in duluthreader.com. And the column is called, what the hell did I call it? Something about traitors, anyway. Oh, I know, I said Jen Schultz, the Democratic candidate, is too polite to call Pete Stauber a traitor. And I add to that, but I believe it's rude not to tell the truth. So you can go ahead and read that. Now, my post continues. By coincidence, I was texting with my French pen pal yesterday, and I mentioned my column in the Reader. This was late in French time, so she was about to go to bed. She often reads my columns to challenge herself because I don't write in elementary English. Like me, I get the drift of French stories, but my skill is modest and I miss a great deal of nuance. So I was pleased when my pen pal stayed up late and after our conversation read my column, then told me it was brilliant after she translated it into French so she could catch the nuance. She sent me the French version for me to practice my French. I'm not willing to figure out how to put the French version here, but anyone who wants to can easily find my column on the computer and translate it into French, either on their cell phone or on their computer. I may put the sign that I scrawled, the one that says "No Traitors" over there, and put it on my office desk and put it in our front yard. It doesn't call anyone a traitor, like I called Pete Stauber a traitor in my column, but it says "No Traitors." We cannot thrive as a nation if we have too many Benedict Arnolds in it. Benedict was a liar. Not at first, but he got tired of not being the credit he thought he deserved and, as I recall, fell in love with a loyalist. Then he betrayed the cause and switched to the enemy that Washington and company were busy fighting, having become traitors to the king themselves. That's right, patriots were traitors. Where'd I just go? I just stopped. Oh, yeah, they were traitors. That's right, because being a traitor is all in one's point of view. If you love your country, do its bidding, even if a dictator like Hitler or a Stalin or a Putin has seized control and demanded that you do terrible things in the name of the country they have taken over. I never agreed with my grandfather's point of view. My country, right or wrong. I want my country to be right. I do not want to defend it when it is wrong-headed. I want to change its mind. Donald Trump is wrong-headed, villainously so. Pete Stauber only seems to know that Trump has become the Republican Party's big brother. And for his survival, he is championing the villainy of his big brother Trump. You find that kind of loyalty in criminal gangs like Italy's fascists, Germany's brown shirts, and Russia's Bolsheviks. Today you find it in Trumpism, which is based on a narcissist's lies. Even Pete Stauber briefly acknowledged that lie when he suggested that attacking Congress with upside-down American flags, guns, and zip ties was not all that sporting. But Stauber knows winning is everything, having cheated to win a national championship hockey tournament. He knows Donald Trump lost the 2022 election, but he decided to stick with the Trump lies. The moment he did that, he became a traitor. I will cut many, perhaps most Trumpers some slack. They have grown distrustful of everything they hear. I hope, they sincerely believe that all the lies they know Trump spews, and they know that they're lies, is somehow more truthful than the Main Street news that Republican grifters, racists, and ideologues have claimed since my childhood was liberal, prejudiced, and anti-them. That's bullshit. But I say that having followed the news obsessively since I was in grade school 65 years ago. I have made that case before, and I'll continue to make it. The simple fact is bending the truth can make people money. Touting a phony company to lure investors to steal their money is one way. Selling ads through eye-catching bullshit news is another way, as we've seen with Mr. Peckerwood, testifying that his scandal sheet, the National Enquirer, has been used by people to slander them or buy off witnesses or intimidate them into silence. I know honest history better than most 70-year-olds, and a lot better than much younger, less experienced, or less well-read people and a hell of a lot better than ignorant shysters like Donald F. the Truth Trump. Pete Stauber is his lackey, and he is a lackey to a liar-in-chief. That's my campaign, and I'm needed in the United States Congress to make all the other Pete Staubers nervous. If I can, I'm going to fan my campaign across the nation to make sure Republicans go where they desperately need to be, the wilderness, to think about their flirtation with a sociopath's attempted takeover of democracy, just as our founding fathers feared might be possible. I am very uncertain that Republicans can ever again become dependable but boring managers of our complex nation, but it would be a hell of a lot better for Earth and Americans if they did. I'm of a mind with poor old Rodney King, who was kicked to the ground by about 50 cops. Someone videotaped the blue beating he got, and Los Angeles erupted into flames. That simple black man was appalled at the damage that followed, and he asked imploringly, "Can't we all just get along?" I agree with Rodney. But the anti-beatitude Republican Party desperately needs a come-to-Jesus moment. This agnostic intends to get it started. No traitors. No effing traitors.